Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Professor Shanky, and this video is on
So I want to show you adding pictures and images and word art and things like that. So let's start off with adding a picture. So there's a couple ways I can do this. If I already have it in my clipboard, I can take maybe a screenshot with the snipping tool, or I've been working in a photo editor and I have a picture, I can copy it and paste it in directly. It'll show up that way. Or if I have it saved to a file, I can always go to the Insert tab and go to Pictures, and this will browse my local pictures. So I'm going to take this standard picture I have here, and I'm going to hit Insert. It's going to automatically put in my picture, and you'll see right here as I scroll through, it's kind of put it on the next page because this picture is kind of big. And it takes up a lot of space. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the picture a little smaller, and I can do that with these resizing circle, top and bottom, left and right, and each corner. Each of these will allow you to resize the image, but there is a slight difference. Any of the corners will actually resize the picture and keep the aspect ratio. In other words, it'll adjust the height and the width at the same time. So watch this. I'm going to click and hold the lower right, and as I move it up, you'll see it maintains its aspect ratio, that kind of everything looks proportional as I change sizes. So I'm going to make it about that big. Now I'm going to let go, and Word automatically moved it back up to the first page because it knew there was space for it. Now the other type of resize is the non-proportional. So if I take a right sizer here and I click and hold, it's going to stretch it out. See how it stretches it out much wider, and I don't get the height width, I just get the width. So this kind of distorts the picture. And I can always undo that by up here by the save. There's this undo, which kind of undoes the last action. You can also do the Control-Z hotkey. I'm just going to go and undo that to get it back to the original size, and I'll show you the stretch up and down. Same thing. If you want to make some changes, you can do it that way. So I'm going to do the Control-Z hotkey to undo. This other little circle up here, if I click on that, that's actually going to rotate. So if I want it to be a 45-degree angle, I can rotate my pictures as much as I want. So I'm just going to leave it at the standard landscape. Now another thing that's really important is this little layout options here. You'll see right now, it kind of gives you a visual representation. It kind of looks like it's square, but if I click on it, it tells me exactly I am in line with text. So what that means, it's going to act like part of the sentence. So if you look down here, this very last line of text ends in the word rolls. And this picture is in line with rolls, and it automatically moved the rolls word to the bottom. So I can put this picture, I'm going to click and drag. So if I click in the middle of the picture, you'll see my icon change. I'm clicking. I'm going to drag this up, and maybe I'll put it here in front of the word the, and I'll let go, and you'll see it put it right in the middle of that sentence exactly where it was, and just bump down everything. So that's one type of layout. It doesn't always work for your needs. That's why there's a couple others. So another one that I really like is the square. So by doing this, you can kind of see how the blue lines, that indicates the text wraps around it. I'm going to click on square, and now what it did is it put it where I wanted, but it kept wrapping on either side. And I can also take it now, and I can move this around. You'll see, because I have it square, it's going to move the font around with me. So that's kind of useful for putting a picture right in the middle of a paragraph. Some other important ones are down here at the bottom, which are top and bottom. By clicking on that, it's going to force itself in between the sentences. So it won't break up, but it'll force the text to go on top or bottom, but nothing to the left and right of the picture. And the other two are behind or in front of text. So just like a watermark, I can put it behind the text, and the text will write over it. And the in front of text will actually put it on top of the text. I generally will take either the square or the top bottom, because with square I can take it and put it like over to the side, and it kind of nicely wraps a paragraph around it if I keep it to one edge. Top, bottom, again, I can put the picture where I want and not worry about the actual text interfering. Now there's another option down here, which is move with text or fix it on the page. So keeping it with move with text, which means as I add, so if you notice now it is in between this is the second and third sentence of this paragraph. If I hit enter, it's going to stay in there, right? It kind of flows as part of the paragraph, part of the text. If I take this and I change it to fixed position on page, it's going to stay exactly where it is on page, even as I move my text. So we can also make some changes with this. So if we go up to the format under our picture tools tab, we have a bunch of different options that we can do. If you click on this little drop down arrow here, you can see all of them at once. Just a bunch of different options to give some special effects to make it look kind of cool. I'm going to go with this one. And just like with just the picture alone, I can expand it and that effect will stay with it. Now if you notice, as I click on the picture, I have my picture tools format. If I click away, it goes away. So if you make some changes, you wonder where to go, just click on the picture, you're going to get your picture tools back. Some of the other things that we can do that are kind of important is compress picture. So a lot of times when we take pictures that are designed to be on the internet or print or straight off from a graphic artist, it's going to be really big file size, and we don't always need that. So we can actually shrink down some of these to be print. So if you have a really high def picture, maybe you want to make it down for print resolution so it'll still look good in print, but it's going to save file size. You can compress the picture. It won't change how it looks. So if I hit OK here, it's going to look exactly the same, but the actual document size will be much smaller. That's the basics of manipulating artwork.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. I'm Professor Shanky, and I'll see you next time.